Multiple U.S. military bases in Europe are on high alert with concerns of a potential terrorist attack targeting personnel or facilities. U.S. Central Command sharing that alert yesterday, saying naval drones used by the Iran-backed Houthi rebels present an imminent threat to U.S. and merchant vessels in the region. But despite concerns coming out of the Middle East, European bases included in this alert, with one military official stationed in Germany saying they have not seen this threat level in at least 10 years. So joining me now is retired Marine Intelligence Officer Hal Kempfer. Hal, thank you so much for your time on this. First of all, how significant is this heightened state of alert, and what likely triggered it?
Nichole, it's very concerning. Basically, what it is, it says there's an imminent threat of attack. It's not localized to any particular base. It's throughout the what we call the European Area of Responsibility, EUCOM, or European Command. All the bases there have gone to what's called Force Protection Condition Charlie. It's not the highest force protection condition, but it's very restrictive. If you were to look at what's happening at the front gates and around the perimeters, you would notice a big difference of what's going on. So it is significant. Now, what could have triggered this? That really, at this point, we don't know. But obviously, some sort of intelligence, some sort of information that there was a threat. It could have been something they picked up online. It could have been that they had somebody in custody or talked to a source, a human source, that said they were planning some big attack. It could be from completely outside of Europe. It could be something that emanated from some other part of the world, maybe the Middle East or somewhere else, saying that Europe is under threat of an attack, and they didn't have the specificity to say which base or which installation would be attacked.
So Hal, talk about how this changes operations, especially because you say, you point out the fact that this is not localized. How does that, or does that further complicate what happens?
Well, it changes the lives of certainly all the active duty personnel that are stationed in Europe, but also their families. It restricts what they can do, how they can do it. Maybe could be they were part of a summer camp or something, part of a base in Germany. Well, they may restrict that. They may say, no, let's not go out there because they could be too high profile a target or potential target. On the bases themselves, they would restrict, say, non-essential things. For example, the barbershops might close. A lot of the people who work on base are not U.S. citizens or not members of the military. They're local residents, if you will, that work on the bases, and they work in things like what we call chow halls or cafeterias. Those might be cut back. Those might actually be shut down in some cases. So it really disrupts everyday life for every U.S. person associated with the Department of Defense, U.S. military. And by the way, I think this will probably go beyond just the military. I'm sure they're looking at all government, U.S. government personnel facilities throughout Europe in terms of what's happening.
And how this is going to seem like an obvious question, but why is it necessary to elevate the alert state when it is not specific? Because don't our service members always need to be vigilant?
Well, they do. And that's actually something they train them all in. There's actually mandatory annual training on force protection that they have to do, or I should say anti-terrorism measures that they have to be involved with. But in this, it takes physical precautions. Everything I just mentioned before, plus all the gate security is increased. They'll do extra things at the gate that they wouldn't have done. They'll stop every vehicle, they'll search under the vehicles, they'll scrutinize, they may actually look inside the vehicles. They're going to increase, patrols on the perimeter. All of these things, they may actually put physical security at some of the housing areas in ways they didn't have it before. All of this is to protect our personnel and protect our installations throughout Europe at a much higher level than it would be normally.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to keep those service members, the personnel safe always. Hal Kempfer, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.